Welcome to the Global Diaspora Week.
And I'm coming together so that my children's children can inherit a better world.
I come together to support the vulnerable, the needy, and together everyone achieves more.
I am coming together to support this great initiative in recognizing and supporting the diaspora organizations across the 6 continents as they work towards achieving their goals.
I'm coming together to continue the spirit of humanity in joining and helping our brothers and sisters globally.
I come together to connect people who fight against inequality.
I'm coming together to demonstrate the great work of diaspora organizations across the globe.
I am coming together because I believe unity is strength and we are all stronger together.
GDC brings together global diaspora organizations from across the world to unite, to support, to develop and to promote global diaspora communities, and I love being part of that team.
I'm coming together to showcase the amazing work that diasporas do to support sustainable development worldwide.
I'm coming together to support this initiative that highlights how diasporas can be engaged as partners for sustainable development and employed to achieve progress on development goals.
Volunteering and being part of this experience has allowed me to grow as a person and as a member of a diaspora myself.
Join the Global Diaspora Confederation to support diaspora organizations and communities globally.
We all come together for the Global Diaspora Week to recognize the excellent work that is being done by the Global Diaspora Organizations to support millions of migrants, but they are not very well known. To empower the great job that they are doing towards the UN Sustainable Development Goals.
Welcome to the Global Diaspora Week. My name is Khadija. I'm coming together to support people who had to displace from their homes. By cooperating and coordinating with diaspora organizations,
we all come together because we care about people and our environment. We appreciate the incredible work you have done. Let us work together to make the diaspora communities stronger and better.
GDC is well positioned to support, to train, to empower, and to help develop the diaspora community socially and economically. This mandate of GDC.
I'm coming together to make positive global impact in diaspora. Join the Global Diaspora Confederation to continue to support diaspora organizations and communities globally.
We are coming together because we are united as one. And I truly believe that together we can make the change we want to see in the world that we want to live.
Thank you for your support, making a positive impact on global diaspora communities.
Thank you for your support to the global diaspora in promoting community safety within your local areas. Thank you so much for the great work.
Thank you for your hard work and commitment to make an impact on our global community. We hope you enjoy the Diaspora Week.
That was truly powerful, wasn't it? Good morning, or afternoon, or evening, everyone. The Honorable Deputy Director General of IOM, distinguished guests, diaspora organization leaders and representatives, diaspora partners, colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the time to be here today to mark the end of what has been a truly wonderful week. We would like to welcome you all to the first ever Global Diaspora Assembly, which aims to enable the world's diaspora to convene, advocate, and make recommendations for diaspora communities at the global level. My name is Clara Bedu Amoa, and I'm from Ghana. I'm based in the UK. I'm part of the GDC Secretary team, and I'm here with my great colleague, John, who will also introduce himself.
Thank you, Clara. Yes, my name is John Neugebauer. I'm very proud to be the Deputy Team Leader of Fundraising at the Global Diaspora Confederation. My father's father was a diaspora from Poland, so it's particularly meaningful to be with you today. And as Clara said, I'm very proud to and excited to be a fellow MC for today as well, alongside the fabulous Clara.
So before we proceed, we would like to make a few acknowledgements. We are fortunate enough to have in our midst today the Deputy Director General of IOM, the Honorable Ms Ugochi Daniels, who has kindly accepted to give the keynote address. We have the Chair of GDC, Mr. Peter Kwok, the International Board of Trustees of GDC, whom the Chair will introduce in detail later, and we have our fellow GDC members. So this assembly aims to recognize through diaspora organizations the contributions made by millions of diasporas to their host and home countries and to promote respect for their basic human rights. It aims to also promote unity and advocacy for the global diaspora represented by organizations coming together. It aims to empower existing and future generations of diaspora community organizers. It aims to demonstrate that even local diaspora's voices can be heard by those at the very top through the help of diaspora organizations. And we hope to summarize the impact of the Global Diaspora Week of the 6 continental days and address this to the diaspora partners. So on that note, I would like to invite the Chair of GDC, Mr. Peter Kwok, to launch the assembly and to talk about the future of GDC. Peter.
Dear IOM Deputy Director General Daniels, distinguished guests, diaspora organization leaders, representatives, and supporters, diaspora partners. This is a historic moment for the global diaspora. Who would imagine, after decades, if not centuries of evolution, diaspora organizations are coming to work together in solidarity? After a year of hard work, the Global Diaspora Confederation is finally established. As a young organization of such global scale, we are starting small. But our heart for diaspora is strong, is big, and our faith is strong. This is because we believe in the vision of the Global Diaspora Confederation. We aspire to build an inclusive movement where all diaspora organizations can be supported, belong to, discover, and realize their ambitions in order to achieve peace, unity, and social and economic advancements for all. Having said that, the term diaspora is unfamiliar to many, not to mention diaspora organizations. But still, diasporas continue to organize themselves into groups across the world to do good and self-help. For many of you here today, you may have a full-time job, you may have relocated to a new environment, you may have family and other essential commitments, but still, you make time to connect diasporas so that they do not feel alone. You created a breathing space for them so that they can see hope. You shared your experience with them so that they could be empowered in their lives ahead. When I heard this week, a diaspora organization said now they have GDC, they are no longer alone. This touched my heart so deeply when I recall this morning all those years of transiting with overnight buses alone in the cold, traveling all the way for a day trip every month over 8 years to build a diaspora community. Today, I cannot be more proud to say to all diaspora organization supporters who have tried so hard for your communities, you are not alone. We know so well that many diaspora organization supporters are volunteers. You contribute a lot of time and effort and even finance. However, often your good work may not even be noticed. And this is why GDC exists, so that your existence becomes more visible, your voices can be heard, and your good work be appreciated at the global level. What would be better to hear directly from our GDC volunteer who said, "We are coming together as we're united as one." We truly believe that together we can make the change we want to see and the world we want to live. Since the founding of the GDC, we have gone a long way, from convening 230 diaspora organizations to publish a global joint statement in solidarity with those affected by xenophobia due to the COVID-19 pandemic, to advocating at iDiaspora's Global Diaspora Virtual Exchange, Global Forum for Migration Development, and International Dialogue on Migration, while we launched our Global Diaspora Academy to develop future diaspora organization supporters. Some of them have already become pillars of our GDC Secretariat. From next year onwards, GDC will launch its membership to begin recognizing diaspora organizations. We will be strengthening our connections with diaspora organizations and take our partnerships to the next level. We will also be building beyond the global framework that IOM has developed with diaspora partners and organizations this year to strengthen diaspora engagement on humanitarian assistance. Our first humanitarian assistance meeting during the Global Diaspora Week has been a great success to discuss pathway forward already for a new initiative of a global diaspora-led humanitarian hub. As we celebrate the International Migrants Day today, may we take this opportunity to thank all diaspora organization supporters, IOM Director General Vitorino for your support since day one and opening our first Global Diaspora Week, and Deputy Director General Daniels for marking the launch of our Global Diaspora Assembly today and closing our historic week. We would like to also thank our wonderful International Board of Trustees for your trust and huge support. They are our Vice Chair, Luisa Lores in Brussels, our Secretary, Maria Delgado Carte in Spain, our Treasurer, Kazim Ojoye in Germany, First Trustees Akanath Katiwa in Nepal, Felix Boampong in Ghana, and Juan Carlos Viloria Doria in Colombia, and I myself in the UK. Last but not least, a super thanks to our wonderful volunteers and IOM colleagues, especially Monica, Marina, Roberto, Roberta, Larissa, I'm Abigail, and of course, Kingsley and Martin from the Networking Institute for all your very kind support throughout the journey of building GDC. As such, we're delighted to announce on the International Migrants Day the launch of the world's first Global Diaspora Assembly to enable diaspora organizations to convene, advocate, and make recommendations for your diaspora communities at the global level. GDC as a non-profit, non-governmental, non-political, civil society organization does not belong to one person or a few people, but you all diaspora organizations. Let us build our confederation and together write the history for diaspora organizations, (DO). Thank you again, and we look forward to a bright future with you all.
Thank you, Peter, and very well said. Now, I have the immense privilege of introducing you to the Deputy Director General for Operations at the International Organization for Migration, Ugochi Daniels. Ugochi was appointed as IOM's Deputy Director General earlier this year. She is a senior executive with over 27 years of diverse managerial experience with donor and United Nations entities, academia, as well as private sector institutions. She was named a Shiro of the United Nations for championing women's health needs in humanitarian emergencies. Shiros defend the vulnerable and fight for human rights, command forces and build coalitions for peace, and take on the world's toughest challenges. Ugochi is proud to be part of a global community that builds partnerships for peace and development to solve global problems. She is an advocate for justice, equality, and equity, and believes in the importance of identity and being fully grounded in community. She has a strong passion for advocacy and funding for the specific needs of women and girls, especially in humanitarian settings. Ugochi Daniels' career with the United Nations spans almost 2 decades. Prior to joining IOM, she was the Chief of Staff at the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine refugees. She was also the United Nations Resident Coordinator and Designated Official for Security in the Islamic Republic of Iran from 2018 to 2020. From 2013 to 2018, she was the Chief of Humanitarian and Fragile Context Branch at the United Nations Population Fund headquarters, covering over 70 countries where the headquarters was responding to emergencies. Wow, so for time's sake, I have to end that here, but I probably only just scratched the surface on Ugochi's outstanding career and achievements. Please join me in welcoming Deputy Director General Ugochi Daniels.
Thank you so much. Dear participants of the Global Diaspora Week, welcome to all of you. I'm sure, just like I was, you are all really inspired by the video at the beginning. And it was also really inspiring to see those of you joining from all around the world and putting your messages in the chat. So it's such an honor for me to have the opportunity to join you for the closing session of this week-long gathering of the Global Diaspora. And I'm particularly happy because today's International Migrant Day. And this is the day we celebrate the contributions that all migrants are making by supporting their families with livelihoods, providing for better education for their children, or helping our societies become more diverse and resilient in times of crisis. And what could be a more appropriate time for this than now, in the midst of a global pandemic, where migrants are on the front lines providing services and dealing with the response to the pandemic. Diasporas are powerful and essential partners for governments, for the private sector, and for organizations like IOM. The Director General, Antonio Vidorini, mentioned the huge potential of the Global Diaspora Confederation as a young civil society-led umbrella initiative aiming to connect diaspora organizations and enhance collaboration at the global level when he opened this week's discussions. I second his message. We're here to hear from you. We want to learn more about your challenges, aspirations, and ideas about what could be the priority actions in the years to come. I join Peter in saying, you're not alone. Diasporas remain in close and frequent contact with migrants across the globe and are therefore fastest to react to any emerging needs or challenges. As you heard in my previous roles, I was once in charge of humanitarian response around the world. So I've seen firsthand diaspora in action, and many times, due to the resources diasporas have been able to provide, the response to emergencies have been super, super quick, and before any of the international actors are on the ground. Diasporas also share knowledge and financial resources to help communities back home with their development plans, be it the construction of a school or launching a new high-tech initiatives. In their host countries, diasporas are helping newcomers from their countries better settle in receiving societies, hence assisting with integration and broader social cohesion. I'm so impressed with the scope of the participation and discussions during this Diaspora Week, and would like to congratulate the Global Diaspora Confederation and other partners for having gathered so much interest and contributions. Over 120 diaspora organizations linking more than 30 million diaspora members and 100 representatives of partner organizations and experts. This is truly impressive, and I really hope that you're proud of what you've done. And not just what you've done, but most certainly what you're going to do. During your discussions this week, you've discussed your inspiring work and how you concretely support your communities through the migration cycle, from accompanying them, from informing them about the risks of migration and supporting them settling in their new host lands, to creating job opportunities back in your homeland. Equally relevant are your recommendations. I feel that in order to help reduce inequality in our societies, we need to keep working in three main areas. First, capacity building is necessary. To maximize diaspora's positive impact in society, we need to create tailored learning tools targeting diaspora organizations, specifically in management, communication, fundraising, and entrepreneurship. We need to strengthen channels of collaboration and communications across governments, diaspora organizations, and global actors. Horizontal communication and peer-to-peer exchanges are key to create synergies and understanding amongst stakeholders. Your stories need to be heard and your contributions further recognized. Third, gender equality. Women with the diaspora groups need to be at the forefront of transnational initiatives. Leadership is changing around the world, and the diaspora engagement world should not be the exception. Let's keep raising awareness about what great women leading diaspora movements do, and let's continue to inspire the younger generation. We do have great tools we can use. One concrete example is the interactive global idiaspora.org platform, a knowledge-sharing hub supporting collaboration and learning among diaspora and currently uniting over 860 members. Through this space and events like this Diaspora Week, it becomes evident that many diaspora organizations are working on the same agendas, and together they can have much higher impact. For IOM as an organization, we have identified this as an opportunity to better shape how we engage with you. Specialized diaspora networks in sectors such as health, education, agriculture, or fisheries allow us to tap into valuable professional knowledge to improve our initiatives. For example, such a network played a pivotal role in assisting the return of medical professionals to a health facility in Somalia, as well as in procuring new equipment offering previously unavailable medical services. Closing this week, I would like to say once again how important it has been for IOM to be associated to this process, and how privileged I feel for personally having been able to attend this closing session. I really do look forward to receiving the report and engaging with you directly on its recommendations. We have a key milestone in front of us. Next year, in May, states will meet at the International Migration Review Forum, or as we call it, the IMRF, to take stock of progress made in the implementation of the Global Compact on Migration. As IOM, we want to be sure that migrant voices find a space in this process as active contributors and partners of what will be a crucial milestone in the global migration landscape. So let's work together to make this happen. I wish you and your families across borders happy holidays, safety, good health, and happiness, and a wonderful start in the new year. Thank you very, very much.
Wow, what an incredible and inspiring talk, Deputy Director General. Thank you so much. I know I speak for all of us when I say that's a talk we'll remember for a long time to come. I'm actually going to ask us all to do a bit of an experiment to thank you for your time. So if we could all come off mute and put our cameras on as well, I'd like you all to join me in a round of an applause for Ugochi. So I'll just give you a few seconds to do that.
Oh, no, thank you so much. And I'm sending it all back to you. The applause is really to all of you.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. And that will energy will keep us going through 2022 and beyond. I know it will.